Hello, Crazy Coffee Lady here. And I wanted to talk a little bit about something that just happened last night and share my feelings on it. We had our first big thunderstorm with the tornado, and that always causes me anxiety. I don't know why, but sometime in my 30s, I became afraid of thunderstorms. Actually, I do know why. We had kind of a traumatic thing happen. This is what I don't understand. How people deal with trauma differently. One person can go through the very same event as another person and just be stronger and fortified and confident, and the other person, which is me, develops anxiety and insecurity and fear. And for a long time I let fear rule my life. It ruled me because I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to overcome fear. I had so much anxiety that I became afraid of everything. I had so many thoughts in my head that were not true, limiting thoughts, that my faith was not strong enough, that I wasn't strong enough. I recognized that I was having irrational fears, but I didn't know how to handle them. And then I would get anxiety just dreading the fear. So, for example, thunderstorms. We went through a really bad thunderstorm that had a tornado and in the car. And for me, it was traumatizing. It made me very afraid of being outside, helpless in a tornado or in very high winds. There was hail, there was rain, we couldn't see where we were going, we had to practically stop the car. The wind was incredible, and I was worried about the kids. Then I became afraid of having to go through a thunderstorm, especially out in the open somewhere. But even just at home, I became crippled by this, where I wouldn't go anywhere if I knew that bad weather was coming. And even when I was at home, I was scared. And I was scared before the storm even came. And a lot of times, the storm isn't as bad as they forecast it to be. They give you a worst case scenario so you can be prepared. But I would have such anxiety, and it would just build and build and build till the storm was over. And even after the storm was over, I'd already be dreading the next one, knowing that I was having fear other people weren't having, and feeling like this was a fear I shouldn't have. It's just a thunderstorm. People say things that are meant to be helpful, but I couldn't process it and make it helpful. Like, when it's your time, and things happen for a reason, and, it is what it is. And all those things I believe to be true, but it wasn't a comfort. I guess I couldn't be comforted. I did get a little better. First of all, I got medicated. I finally faced the fact that I needed more help than I could get through my faith, through other people, through talking myself through it, all of that. And I faced the reality that I had an anxiety disorder, and I got medicated. That has helped me tremendously. I didn't realize how many areas of my life I was having anxiety about. And it really happened before the thunderstorm incident. Before that, it was other things. It was smaller things. It just didn't feel as big, so I didn't recognize it. It took a while to find the right medication, the right combination, dosage, all of that. And after that, I felt so much better that I really wished I had done that a lot sooner. I wished I had recognized that I needed it. My poor kids, I always say, if I had been medicated sooner, with the proper medication, I probably would have been a lot calmer and maybe a better mother. I wish I had come to this realization earlier in my life and maybe been able to handle things better for their sake. But I also believe that you got to go through the things that happened to you to put you where you are. in this moment now. So I had to go through all that to get where I am now. I just wanted to share a little bit in case there are other people out there facing fears, facing anxieties, that I understand that the fear is irrational, but it's very real. The feeling is very real. And what I have to do is tell myself, okay, I'm afraid. Acknowledge my feelings, why I'm feeling that way. I'm afraid because the tornado sirens are going off, and obviously I don't want to be hit by a tornado and have the house come tumbling down on me or whatever. I'm afraid of being injured, hurt, or dying in this moment. I don't want that right now. So I acknowledge my feeling, why I'm feeling that way, and then I tell myself, but I'm safe at the moment. I'm not in imminent danger at this very moment. So the fear and the worry and the dread and the anxiety, all of that comes with it is simply irrational. I don't have to feel that way. I don't have to feed it. It's very hard. When you're feeling something, it's very hard not to feel it. You know, it's easy to say, well, just don't be afraid. But it's much, much harder to actually stop feeling it. Getting to where I am now was the acceptance that, all right, the chemicals in my brain are different than in other people's. And I don't get out of the flight or fright. I stay in that. And I have fear and anxiety because there are chemical reactions going on in my brain. And medication helps that. I also want to acknowledge that I believe medication isn't for everybody, but it was definitely for me. There are other herbal remedies and therapy and different methods of dealing with anxiety and fear and stress. But I realized after trying all those things that for me, medication was what I needed to do. I just wanted to make this video to express my feelings and to share a little bit more about me, a little more in depth, and also to offer hope to other people who are facing this kind of thing, that there is help out there. There are so many ways to find help, and it doesn't have to be the way I did it, but I just wanted people to know that you're not alone, that there are other people like myself who know what this feels like, who have been through this, who still go through this. And I just wanted to offer a little bit of hope and a little of my experience. And here is Sid to say hello. And I would love to know your comments. I would love to know what you think of my videos. Do you think I ramble too much? Are they boring? Do you like them? Is there something you want to hear me talk about? Is there a topic that would make you interested enough to return to my channel? What kinds of things would you like to see? What kind of things do you not want to hear about? I would just love your input, so put them in the comments below. And if you are so inclined, please like and please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you who watch my videos and all of you who visit my channel. So peace and have a beautiful day.